Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining me today because we have a fantastic, highly structured journey ahead of us. We're going to break down a comprehensive, real-world phonics lesson plan from the Elementary Education Explorer's Phonics Adventure, focusing specifically on Lesson 6. So whether you're an educator, a curriculum designer, or just someone who loves seeing how complex concepts are beautifully structured for young minds, well, you're definitely in the right place. We are going to unpack exactly how to teach a tricky phonics rule using clear visuals and some absolutely brilliant scaffolding. Okay, let's dive into this. If you spend any amount of time teaching young learners, you know that English phonics has a bit of a split personality, right? Notice how the letters O and W behave together. Sometimes they make the long O sound, as in snow, grow, and throw. And then other times they make the O sound, as in cow, brown, and flower. It's quirky, it's confusing, and honestly, for a kindergartner, it can be a major roadblock. So the absolute crucial point for today's lesson is focus. We are only looking at the long O sound in words like snow today to completely avoid cognitive overload for the students. We're going to worry about cow another day. To get there, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the tricky ow sound. Second, meet the long O. Third, featured words and sentences. Fourth, fun practice and activities. And finally, number 5, the Phonics Adventure Roadmap. Section 1, the tricky ow sound, isolating the target phoneme. The entire foundation of this lesson relies on the concept of a vowel team. The letters O and W are working together as a team to make just one single sound. And today, that sound is the long O. It's vital to model this really clearly for the students, emphasizing that clean, drawn-out O sound, exactly as you hear it in the word snow. By explicitly calling it a team, we're giving young learners a visual metaphor. It's like these two letters are literally holding hands to make one specific noise. The recurring theme here brilliantly illustrates the thematic threading woven throughout the entire lesson plan. The curriculum doesn't just teach the sound in a vacuum. It connects the phonics rule, the ow in grow, to the broader learning theme of the day, which is outstanding readers grow stronger each day by learning new sounds and words. It ties the mechanical act of reading directly to the outstanding wonders theme of personal growth. It is just incredibly clever. Section 2. Meet the long O, direct instruction. Imagine a rug full of eager 5-year-olds, with the teacher energetically guiding them to say, O says O, O, O. It's active, it's rhythmic, and it really demands vocal participation. The lesson explicitly notes that the teacher should have the class listen to words like snow, grow, throw, and window, and then say this mantra together out loud. This choral response is exactly what cements that long O sound right into their working memory. Section 3, featured words and sentences, contextualizing the sound. What's really interesting about this specific curation of featured words is just how carefully they're chosen. The lesson provides a larger chart with words like tomorrow, shadow, and elbow, but it highlights these specific visual anchor words: snow, grow, yellow, rainbow, and window. Do you notice how heavily this list leans into the beautiful recurring theme of nature, colors, and growing? These are highly visual, easily identifiable concepts for kindergartners. When the teacher brings up colorful pictures of a rainbow or a yellow sun making plants grow, the phonics rule suddenly has real visual meaning. And we don't just stop at individual words either. The curriculum puts these featured words into action to actually build reading comprehension. Take a sentence like, a beautiful rainbow appeared after the rain, or plants grow with sunshine and water. By placing the target words inside simple, decodable sentences, students aren't just barking at print. They're realizing that these sounds unlock real stories and real meaning about the whole world around them. Section 4, fun practice and activities, application. Because let's be honest here, English is confusing enough for adults, let alone 5-year-olds. Practice is absolutely essential to make these rules stick. So I'll ask you, the viewer, the most important pedagogical question: how do we actually put this into practice? Direct instruction is great and all, but how do we successfully pivot to independent student application without totally losing them? Well, the answer is this incredibly elegant 6-step sequence of exercises. Look at how this creates a mini narrative of progressing difficulty for the student. Step 1 is simple recognition. Just read the words aloud. Then step 2 asks them to distinguish the target word from distractors, like picking snow out from sun and sand. Step 3 removes the O and W entirely, forcing them to recall and fill in the missing letters. Step 4 brings back visual comprehension by having them match the word to a picture. Step 5 really ramps up the difficulty by having them choose the correct word to complete a sentence, like look out of the window or door. And finally, Step 6 represents total mastery, writing their very own sentences using the vocabulary. It is a literal masterclass in scaffolding. Beyond the structured exercises, the lesson plan also loops in some really great supplemental phonics activities. Things like Find the OW sound, where students circle words containing that long O vowel theme, and a word hunt, searching for hidden words like snow, crow, and glow. These activities brilliantly gamify the practice phase. It lowers the stakes, makes it super fun, and ensures repetition without it ever feeling like a chore. Section 5, the Phonics Adventure Roadmap. Looking ahead. And let's move to and see how this builds across the broader Phonics Adventure Roadmap. You can see that in past weeks, the students have already conquered vowel teams like EE, OA, and A. Today, they're triumphantly checking off the long O spelled ow. And looking ahead, they're preparing for vowel combinations like ew, oi, and eventually, that tricky alternative ow sound, as in cow. As the lesson notes point out, by keeping the same consistent 8-part structure for every sound on this roadmap, children and teachers quickly become familiar with the format, making the learning incredibly smooth from week to week. But honestly, perhaps my absolute favorite part of this curriculum is what they call the character corner. Phonics is hard work. It requires a ton of patience. This lesson emphasizes the character trait of perseverance, reminding students that outstanding learners keep growing through practice. They even have a daily affirmation for the kids to say out loud. Every day, I grow into a better reader. It's a warm, emotional beat that reminds us exactly why we teach. It's not just about letters, it's about building confident kids. And that brings us perfectly to the core sentiment of today's source material, which echoes that exact empowering message. Outstanding readers grow every day. By structuring a lesson that carefully isolates sounds, beautifully contextualizes them with nature vocabulary, and deliberately scaffolds the practice steps, we are pretty much guaranteeing that growth. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Knowing the power of a highly structured, visual, and scaffolded lesson plan, how will you integrate this OWL lesson to help your students grow tomorrow? I really hope this breakdown has given you the tools and the enthusiasm to tackle your next phonics adventure. Keep learning, keep structuring, and I'll see you on the next explainer.